Brighten up those already bright mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
No Wheeler, Ollie, AJ, and Lecter. It is mornings at the Cabin, however, and it is Wednesday morning. Hope you're doing all right. Wet morning so far. 8 degrees in Yellowknife right now. It's going to get a little bit nicer, I think, although Environment Canada just has that little rain icon up there, which, I mean, even if it's a 30% chance of showers, that's less than a 50-50 shot, and they're making that their poster child. They're going with rain.
Looking over your shoulder here, though, the thing that scares me the most is we're down to freezing on Saturday and Sunday nights. So, there you go. We're heading into the minuses. We're just skirting the minuses. Soon to begin the plunge.
Funny thing about fall, it always goes into winter.
That's not funny.
It's the truth. I know you don't want to hear that right now, but it's the truth.
It's a laughable truth, AJ, so I guess it is funny in a odd,
in a sick kind of way.
All right, I'm in a good mood.
Good, I'm glad I could pep you up.
It's Wednesday morning. It's hump day. We don't really have anything special for hump day. We've never had anything special for hump day.
We let hump day take care of itself.
I guess so, yeah.
Otherwise, you have to put in a lot of work before hump day to make hump day special, and you don't want to have to do that because it's not even hump day yet.
So Jesse took the show off this morning, and I'm not going to lie, it's messed things up completely. I had a whole show planned for this morning.
Did you?
If you look up the idea board there, Bracken Sibbs Music Trivia.
Ooh.
Did you guys listen last Friday afternoon?
I was away. I didn't get a chance.
Oh, my God. It was probably one of the best... nothing against Shannon, but probably one of the best afternoons of radio we've had here on Cabin Radio.
Huh.
But it'll have to wait till tomorrow because it concerns Jesse.
Okay.
So
we can do that.
Get into it and figure something else out, I guess.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Happy Wednesday, good morning, la la la, all that good stuff. How y'all doing this morning? Like I said off the top of the intro, I've got nothing this morning. I had a whole show all planned out yesterday afternoon.
I think
really excited about
how
it.
you're doing, la la la, all that good stuff, sort of gives us an indication of like what you've got in the locker now that Jesse's decided not to be.
You see, part of the art of being a radio show host is filling time with nonsense, if need be.
That was the start of the break.
That was the start of the break.
That's the very first thing you said.
Just get ready for where it's going to go from here.
If filling time with nonsense is an art form, then we are the Picassos of radio.
We mean overrated and hated by the industry?
Oh, now that's a fierce art criticism going on there.
You know
overrated.
what?
Overrated.
Let's get into this. I love Picasso.
I love Picasso.
I think his work is fantastic, but I feel like if you were to ask other people who fancy themselves art critics, Picasso gets a lot of heat. He doesn't get a lot of love.
Well, let's ask one.
community.
Sarah, what do you think about Picasso?
Oh, I don't think I have any thoughts.
You don't even have a mic
I know,
sock,
I'm not-
Sarah. What's
pardon?
going on over there?
What?
You don't even have a mic sock.
You got a
I
nude
don't know where
mic.
they are.
This is just a absolute gong show this
Usually I
morning.
sit down and there's already one here.
Well, how nice.
Well, Jesse
No,
leaves
I
for
don't,
one morning. It all
Unlike you
goes
guys, I don't have the art of just filling with
Yes,
words.
yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I have an opinion. Sorry.
feeling with you're a
You don't have an
journalist.
opinion on Picasso?
No.
Well, what are we even doing here?
That doesn't include my opinions.
Oh, okay. That's a good point.
All right, well, the Picasso break fell flat. Sorry, all.
Okay.
We gave that a shot.
It's all right. Sarah's got something that can rescue him.
Okay, Sarah, what do you got this morning?
Oh gosh. Just making me talk so much. today,
Listen to
guys.
all this nonsense. You're doing great.
This is not nonsense. So on the weekend, I was not fishing, but my friends were fishing, and I asked them if I could keep some of the fish skins after they filleted the fish.
Okay.
Because one of my other friends.
Treats for Penny.
No.
No, okay.
No.
I'll
Well,
shut
let's ask
Just
Penny in a
straight.
minute, and I think we'll find
I
the
mean-
answer is yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
Penny was quite interested in the fish once they were freshly caught. She would lick them down.
Naturally, yeah.
Before we filleted them. But I had another friend who canned her fish skins in tea to kind of like make this like fish material. So I'm trying to do that. So
Okay.
last night I scraped off all the flesh and scales off my fish skins and then soaked them in some tea.
Oh.
And
So what do you use that for?
I'm not sure yet. It's kind of like a material, right? So like I could sew with it.
You're
Oh,
going to
okay.
have
From what I
fish,
understand.
fish leather, so you're going to be able to make little fish booties, little fish mitts.
Good. I've been asking for those.
Can you
quite
make
some
fish
time.
mitts?
Probably. This isn't a huge fish. This was like a 3 or 4 pound trout, so
Okay.
I don't have the biggest fish.
Fish
yet.
thimble.
I don't know if there's much of a market for fish mitts.
No?
No.
Oh, come on. If someone
I mean,
came up to
maybe.
you and said, would you like some fish mitts? I would at least be interested in seeing them.
Fish
I'd say-
mitts? Sealskin?
So yeah, I'm
Really?
not
You don't want the
following an
fish
exact
mitts?
recipe. Apparently, there's an Instagram story floating around out there somewhere which explains how to do this, but I'm just going off of what I remember my friend saying. So
Okay.
we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna have to
Well,
text
there
her
was
and
some-
ask for that story.
There was some Googling involved because I think there was one part where you were
Oh.
trying to establish exactly like what temperature the tea needed to be at, whether you
Or
could
the
put an ice cube in
ratio.
it, dilute it. But it turns out you don't have to use tea. What else can you use?
Oh, you tell the people, Ollie.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ollie. Tell the people.
You can also use urine.
Oh,
To do
How
that.
much urine, Ollie?
Well, it depends. So this is specifically for salmon. I don't know if it applies to trout that you have or whatever else, but there turns out to be a recipe for tanning your fish skin online. Again, words I never thought would pass my mouth. That
here we
involves you need around about 2 gallons of urine.
Oh, I've got that.
All right. Well, if you could
Well,
just,
I'm gonna stick with tea
you sure?
before anyone
AJ's
volunteers.
offering.
He's not offering.
What about a half-half combo? Like a pea in your tea?
Oh, thank you.
No, all right. All right. The
Not
offer's
feeling
there.
it. I am not feeling that.
The offer's there.
I mean,
So,
a
what do you-
precedent was set yesterday. We posted a picture of bear poo. I mean, albeit the prettiest purple bear poo you've ever seen on the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page yesterday.
It was pretty pretty.
It's not a stretch that we'd be talking about gallons of urine today.
This is a panic break. You can tell. We had nothing to talk about. Let's.
Well, we
Are
tried
you
to go.
trying to suggest that my decision to try and talk about peeing enough that you can tan the skin of a salmon is a panic break?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, we tried to talk a little Picasso, but I mean,
Yeah, nobody was
this
biting.
This is
Too
just
uncultured
Yeah,
here.
this is just the way things devolve a little bit.
I've got 2 settings, AJ: Picasso and salmon urine.
Oh, I know. I've known you long enough now. 2 hot topics.
Fish mitts. All right, let's throw that out there. Who?
I'd prefer a fish speedo. I think it just makes a little more
A
sense.
fish speedo.
Yeah.
Wow.
That could be done.
I
You've
feel
probably
like
got
that'd be
just
easier than mitts. I
you've
don't
got
know.
in just
We'll
enough
see.
trout.
I was thinking I could use them as like uppers on moccasins, maybe, or
Okay.
because I don't have a huge amount. of
Okay.
fish
We
skin.
we will model the fish
If someone would
speedo
like
if
to
you manage to get
me more
that done.
fish, then I can try and make more.
That sounds really.
Well, where are
Really
we going to find a
uncomfortable.
bunch of fish? Maybe the big lake we live on?
The fish shop.
The fish shop. The lake. What an idiot.
All right,
Who
we'll
goes there?
we'll do a little reading up on fish mitts, gallons of urine, where to acquire it, and Pablo Picasso, I guess, if there's time.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Mornings at the Cabin. That is new stuff on Cabin Radio. Just featured on Out of the Bear Cave last week. Ashley Ball and Lavender at 7:38 on your Wednesday morning. Ollie messaged us to let us know that he really likes that song.
Apparently he's a big fan.
I don't know where he is.
I think he's in the other room.
He's in the other room.
Yeah.
Should I just message him back and say, hey, we're on air?
Hey, yeah, you're late. But
Hey,
yes, I guess it's a good
come
song.
join the show again.
All right.
But yes,
Start the timer.
great song.
Where are you getting these new songs from? Where do you get your new songs?
Where do I get my new songs? We get it from a radio distribution website, of which will remain nameless because I don't want to give away all our magical secrets here
Fair enough.
at Cabin Radio and Radioland in general. Ollie says, oh, fine. I suppose that means he's on his way back.
On his way. This isn't a big office.
I don't know where he is. Maybe he's in Studio 3.
You take one step, you're halfway here.
It's down the hall. That's an adventure compared to the rest of this
of
place.
course.
Oh, there he is. He must
There
have been
he
in Studio 3. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you get all your new music from Jay's show.
From Jay, I mean, that's
Well,
that.
there's that,
Yeah,
too.
that is like 90% of what populates new music here on Cabin Radio. Yeah, Jay, of course, if you're not familiar with Out of the Bear Cave, he does a great show every week, Tuesday nights, just a brand new episode last night. 6 to 8 p.m. does an hour of new music and then an hour of just the Bears' favorites called Retro Bear Cave here on Cabin Radio. And yeah, that's largely where a lot of the new stuff we play comes from because the Jay Bear stays up with it. The rest
And he
of us,
gets incredibly angry if we play it first.
and he gets incredibly angry
So-
if we play it first.
So we always make sure to check in because you don't want to poke the bear.
He doesn't show that anger too much, though.
No, he doesn't. He just
Keeps it
gets
all
angry
inside.
inside his mind.
That's
But you
right.
can tell. You can tell. If you look really closely, you can just see the faintest wisps of smoke just appearing from the left ear. And you're like, oh, I should not have played that Taylor Swift track. Yeah, but I learn over time.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah.
Wait for the Bear Cave. And that
Absolutely.
track, I actually just messaged him as well, because wrote to you and you wrote back, and then I heard you mention it was on Out of the Bear Cave, which I
Right.
didn't get a chance to listen to. I was like, I wrote to him. I was like, that's a great Ashley Board. I love that track.
It's a good tune.
And I was in Studio 3, by the way.
I figured, yeah.
And in Studio 3, it's very tranquil in Studio
is.
3.
It's nice in
it's
there.
like a little oasis in the Serengeti of noise that is cabin radio.
yeah.
And I pay much more attention to the music when I'm in Studio 3 working in the mornings. I find that I put the morning show on. I just have it bubbling away in the background, and on the main monitor in Studio 3 while I'm working on my laptop, I have the list of tracks, and I pay a lot more attention to what we're playing, which is why I was paying enough attention to be like, hey, I really like this track.
Rather than the usual where we will have the music faded down and just be playing, Big Mouth clips or something like that.
Well, yeah, or there's hockey highlights in here,
Hockey
all
highlights,
sorts of
yep,
stuff happening.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was telling AJ this morning. I was greeted on my Twitter feed. I don't know what I was doing on Twitter. I don't know what I'm ever doing on Twitter.
I was
going
gonna
to
say,
go on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, I
Do
have
follow you on Twitter?
I have a Twitter
this is
account.
it. Can we do like every 6 months we do a break all about Lecter's Twitter account?
I had a good one the other week.
Did you?
Yeah, another hot take on
you-
sports stuff.
Are you back tweeting? Because last time around, wasn't it like 2017?
Hot
what's
tweet,
your-
isn't it?
Yeah,
what's
if you
your
want to
handle
call
there,
one
Scott?
tweet in a week, back to tweeting. Handle is at Lecter, at Lekter, and I'm
Wait,
so
like, do you
cool that I
actually
have to
spell out
say
the at?
the at. No, you don't spell out the
Okay, sorry.
You know how to use Twitter.
No, I thought he was.
at
I thought he didn't know how to
Lecter.
use Twitter so much that he'd include it at his own name.
Wow.
I thought you were supposed to.
Okay,
ATLE.
What was it? L-E?
Lek.
Okay.
L-E-K.
So
TER.
any fans of the
TER.
podcast reply all. We're gonna play a very similar game. I'm gonna read out Lecter's tweet, and we're gonna see if Sarah understands it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll close
She
my
won't
screen
understand my
so
last
I can't
one.
see.
So 25th of August, Scott Leckerman at Lecter. So the Leafs trade Phil Kessel to the Pens. He helps them win 2 cups, and the one valuable piece they got back, who has now blossomed into a top 6 guy, heads back to Pitt. Are the Leafs just Pittsburgh's farm club?
Yeah.
Well, it's all about hockey and people trading players, and
Yeah, she
farm
does
clubs are
exactly.
like the lower down levels of hockey.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Wow.
There you go.
Good summarization.
Well done, sir. Do you know who that valuable piece was?
Not Kessel. Kessel
right.
or some other guy.
No, it was another player whose name started with K. But we're not going to get into that because the Toronto Maple Leafs anger me too much, and my voice is feeling strained already, and I don't want to get to that level.
Well, it's good to have you back on Twitter there, bud.
Well, I mean,
You've
again,
been a
that's-
regular. You tweeted 3 times in August.
Did I?
You did.
What did I say?
You had what about the Blue Bombers?
Oh, what did I say about them? Oh, something about.
What are you just waking up and tweeting in
Their,
the middle of the night?
I mean,
And then you
it
had
is
what?
kind of a delirious state you get into sometimes.
You had one about the lack of a CFL season.
Yeah.
Then you
Sad.
retweeted somebody else. There was a very radio inside baseball tweet about syndicating American hosts. You retweeted the guy. I don't even know.
What was that one? Read that one.
So this is a guy called Andrew who says Canadian radio stations should be penalized for airing syndicated
Oh, yeah.
American hosts. Raise the 35 to 40% CanCon to 55 or 60% per hour during American hosted shows.
Absolutely.
So Canadian radio host Scott Leckerman over here.
Stand behind that.
Yep, putting the shields up.
Put them on blast.
Yep. So so you did that, and then you tweeted about Phil Kessel. Look at you go. This is
Wow.
from a man who had a brief flurry of zingers, pure zingers in 2017. Scott Leckerman's Twitter account in 2017 was just the best Twitter available.
If you scroll back one more flick of the thumb, those are just sitting
That's
right
2017.
there. Yeah, that's pretty much leapfrog 2018,
Yeah?
most of 2019.
You got a couple
Yeah.
from you
I
clearly.
found 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't take long, eh?
No.
There he is. Yeah.
Looks like it's all hockey stuff again.
It
Yeah,
is
a lot
all
of
hockey stuff,
stuff,
but
yeah.
it's good hockey stuff.
I mean, when you're a Leafs fan, they give you ample material. That's basically the way it goes, right?
My Twitter feed is all these gender reveal Photoshop disasters at this
What
point.
is going on with gender reveals these
They're
days?
calling
There was
wildfires,
one. Yeah,
Sarah.
I just saw
Two.
that the other day.
But then everyone's been photoshopping other big disasters and being like, it's a boy, it's a girl, with a blimp blowing up.
Gotcha.
Oh,
the
I
Hindenburg.
see.
So I've had a
Yeah.
lot of that.
Americans.
I've
They've
had a lot of
always got
that
to blow
in my,
something up.
They got her.
They
Yeah.
just got it. You could have just whispered in her, but it's a girl. You know what I mean? But no, you got to
And
blow
then
a blimp up.
But then their head's going to explode. You can't just.
I mean, they're using
that.
historical photos and things, and then overlaying that text on top.
Right.
And saying,
Yeah.
or being what was Chernobyl supposed to reveal like boy or girl. Like we don't know yet. Did I say it wrong?
Chernobyl.
Oh, you're making a joke.
Yeah.
I thought I was pronouncing it wrong.
You want to say it one more time? Maybe it'll.
Chernobyl.
That one's actually better.
So does that mean it's a boy? Cherno girl?
Ooh.
Or maybe.
Well, I guess
don't
we'll
know.
never know.
Either way, gender
We'll never
reveal
know if it
parties.
was a boy or a girl at Chernobyl.
This is a very odd. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
This
how
whole
we got
topic.
here.
I don't know where we ended up. How did we do this?
Back to Scott's Twitter feed.
Yeah, quickly. Back to the
Retreat.
safety.
Retreat.
Like, what do you do? Sarah's over there with, like, the Hindenburg coming down and gender reveals happening. Like, I was so much happier when Phil Kessel was involved.
I'm just trying to keep your lives light and entertaining with hot takes on hockey and sad things about the Canadian Football League. That's what I do. That's what I offer.
Success.
Here's a good middle ground tweet from Scott about
Oh.
M&Ms though.
Okay. M&M's. What?
Anyway,
I don't remember any of this, honestly.
from April 3rd, 2017.
Oh, the halcyon days.
Okay.
We're going way back.
Yeah.
M&Ms may as well stop pussyfooting around and start listing the nutritional facts of an entire bag because, let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Stand behind that one, too.
Truer words.
That's
man.
all, those, we're not quite coming up to Halloween yet, but you know those little bags of M&Ms, those little square bags you get? Like,
Are you talking about the little bags?
yeah, the little tiny bags, like those are a mouthful in one. Like, an actual bag, you maybe split it into like 3.
It's just an.
You're going to eat the whole thing
Environmentally.
sitting, though, right?
It's not right.
My thing is, why do you put the nutritional facts for 3 M&Ms? Anyway, no, we don't want to get on that.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
We are back with yet another segment that I have to be honest was slightly not ruined, but a little bit put off by the fact that Jesse Wheeler is not here. If you're a regular listener to Mornings at the Cabin, you know that Jesse is the president of a certain fan club here in Yellowknife that we like to call the PK Fan Club.
The PKC.
He is the self-appointed president of the PK Fan Club. AJ got a call the other day that a couple people wanted to come in and chat about something on the morning show. He got really excited and put it in our calendar actually as a surprise. Didn't spell out who was coming in. Didn't spell out even what the event was.
Which is harder than you'd think. Because I wanted to put in there so that the guys knew that someone was coming in and had a rough idea what we were going to talk about. But I didn't want to give up the surprise. So I said, I labeled it guest, which I never do. I'm meticulous with this stuff. So I just put guest, which is already a red flag. And then in the description, I was like, I got to go like kind of casual, but just touch on it, but not go too into detail. So I said like some festival or something. And that's all I put.
And in hindsight, I feel like that might be the reason why Jesse decided to take this morning show off. He might have like seen that in his calendar and be like, nope, not dealing with that. Not playing into this nonsense. Jesse, if you're listening, I apologize to let you know that your fan club superstar is here. Pat Kane, Angela Zosky in the house talking some Far North Photo Festival. How you guys doing this morning?
Good. Thanks for having us. Hey, Jesse. Sorry we missed you. We'll catch up soon, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, he's
Sounds like
probably
you need
just
a date
shaking.
night or something.
It will be, definitely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this has been in the works for a long time. The reemergence. I mean, you've been here before. We've had you in the studio before talking about, I think, last year's Far North Photo Festival you were in. We promoted that a little bit. But the PK Fan Club is kind of a new thing. And I think Sarah Erasmus basically was the spark behind this because it just became apparent that Jesse just talks about you all the time.
Well,
He's
it's like a brother-sister club because I think
yeah.
Sarah's the president of the H-Bomb Society.
Definitely.
So
Wait, who's the H-Bomb Society?
Heidi Kane.
Heidi Kane, right. H-Bomb, okay.
Sarah's got
okay.
the H-Bomb Club. Jesse's
Right.
got the PK Club.
And I'm sure there's
Natural
an
rivalry
Angela
there,
Zosky
yeah.
club out there somewhere.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
sure.
good if there's not.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay, great.
So humble. My God.
Shut the club down. Shut the club down.
Welcome to the cabin, you two. We're talking, about the Far North Photo Festival, which, did I call it the Far North Film Festival moments ago?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, perfect. I kind of, go into a dreamlike state sometimes when I'm on the air here. The Far North Photo Festival, farnorthphotofest.com. It is kicking off this Friday at the Samba Cay Civic Plaza. Workshops, outdoor exhibits, which is, bold move. Outdoor exhibits. We've had a
different from last year.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us everything that's going on. What is new with the 2020 edition of the Far North Photo Festival?
So yeah, we had to switch things up a little bit because of COVID. We weren't even sure if we're going to have one up until a few months ago, and we decided to go ahead. So we're going to have the exhibit is going to be outdoors at Samba Cay. We're going to set up this Friday and hopefully have that open by like 5 o'clock. We also have Zoom workshops and in-person workshops. So yeah, people can sign up, go to those. We have a lot of stuff for kids and youth as well. Jane Sunderwald, excuse me. Jane Sunderwald put together a great education program for schools. So we're going to have kids and teachers in schools come into the exhibit as well.
Amazing. So yeah, it's going on September 11th to 21st. So quite a bit of time, obviously, to fill with events. What are some of the events going on this year? Angela, you want to take that one?
Well, first off, there is large banners up at City Hall. We have Northern Canada photographers and also circumpolar photographers, and there's a really great mix of both like really fun photo essays and some dark, creepy kind of ones and portraiture and photojournalism. So it'd be a great opportunity just to grab like a cup of tea because it's a little chilly and like go check them out and wander around. Yeah.
Amazing. It sounds like a ton of fun. Where was it last year again? It was indoors.
In the Center Square Mall.
Center Square Mall. Okay.
Where the old bootlegger.
Right. Yeah. So what was the idea or inspiration behind doing it outdoors? Is it just the need for that physical distancing that we've all become accustomed to now?
Yeah, that was probably the main reason why. We also realized that it's probably just more accessible to more people,
right?
To have it in an open public space, as opposed to like kind of tucked away in a building. So yeah, that was definitely part of the reason. And there was actually like some opportunities, to do cool things, like the workshops on Zoom. Those aren't just limited to people in Yellowknife. Anyone can sign up for those, which is cool. And we getting people signing up from Toronto and Vancouver as well.
Oh, amazing. Wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, there's a lot of cool opportunities that we never thought of that kind of COVID actually kind of helped us with. And it might change the way the festival looks in the future. I don't know yet, but we'll see how it goes this year.
It's something we've kind of all come to embrace because, at first we had to, and then I think people started to realize, there was so much opportunity with people becoming more adept with video Zoom calls, and we just call it Zoom, kind of like how we call Kleenex, all tissue paper now. But it is interesting, how it's opened up a lot more opportunities for this sort of thing. Like you mentioned, it's not just limited to people who happen to be in Yellowknife during that time. So what's some of the reaction you've gotten so far? Have you had a lot of people sign up for your workshops, or is it still in the kind of preliminary phases?
I haven't checked the numbers. I'm not on that committee.
Okay,
but we can.
You've got people for that.
We have people for that. But I think they're signing up, and people have been messaging our Facebook, kind of like getting some details and wanting more info. So it sounds like it's good, but there's something for everyone. So I mean. You can do stuff about long-term, bigger projects, or you can do stuff about intro to photography or shooting the aurora or what have you. There's a lot of things for anyone. Even if you're not a photographer, you don't have to be. It's your chance to just learn something new over the next 11 days.
Right.
If you don't have like a high-quality camera, is there something for you? Like, do you guys offer rentals or something like that you can use for the workshop?
We don't officially, but we can. Okay. We definitely have access to cameras through WAMP and through other organizations.
And I don't think that you need to have a high quality camera. I think just retaining the information and understanding how to use a camera is really important.
Absolutely.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
What about selfie workshops? My lighting is way off.
Well, we have a photo walk for kids that you're more than welcome to.
That's
join
perfect for you.
Good place to
that's
start.
right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm looking
You
for.
don't need a camera. You can use your phone and go out, and it's actually amazing what phones can do anyway. So, like, I'm thinking of getting a phone as my second camera.
Good for you.
So we are pretty blessed actually up here with having a very strong community of photographers. There's a lot of names that people know. You two, obviously, very much part of that community. What continues to? This is going to sound like a weird, fluffy question, but what continues to kind of drive you in the industry? When especially when it is something where there is so much competition. There's obviously a passion kind of inside that drives you to continue to do photography as your main gig, because I imagine for a lot of people looking to get into photography, you look around and you see the kind of competition that you're going to have to try and swim in that same river as. What is it inside that took both of you down this avenue of photography?
For me, it's just always been a part of my life, and photography as an art is just always, I guess, been in my family. So I don't even necessarily think about the competition. Maybe at first for like the first couple years, but it just comes naturally, and it's always been my life. So I just continue to always do it, and the diversity of the people in the north and the projects you can do and the photo opportunities that you have up here are incredible. So it just comes naturally, I guess, and I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Yeah, same. It's just like when you start out, for me anyway, when I was starting out, I felt a bit of competition kind of from like a generation before me that was really built in. And I wish I had mentors, and I wish I had people to guide me. And so this is kind of a way to do that now, for me anyway.
Yeah, I think the competition aspect is almost like a mental roadblock that you have to get over, especially as like a self-employed person or as an artist. You just kind of need to get over that hurdle, because that's what's going to hold you back from moving forward with your career and your work.
So that might almost be the secret, is just don't even think about the competition. Just do your thing and make it as good as it could possibly be.
And learn from other photographers and learn from your peers instead of fighting against them. Yeah,
this is definitely like a community building or industry building program for our community and for the North. And it's cool to see people from all across the Arctic being part of this as well, and seeing like there's so many similarities between communities, whether it's in Betchiko or in northern Russia or Alaska. The stories are similar, and it's cool to see this diversity but similarity at the same time.
Awesome. Well, it's a great program, great festival. You guys do an amazing job putting it together, and wish you all the best this year and well into the future, as I'm sure, by 2021, you'll have figured out some new avenues to add even more to it. Far North Photo Festival. Check out farnorthphotofest.com. They've got the 2020 festival laid out a little bit there on the website. Where else can people get in touch with you if they're looking to take in workshops, sign up, or just take in the whole festival as it is?
They can hit us up on Facebook, Far North Photo Fest, and Instagram too. Pretty much all ways of getting in touch: text, phone call, email, snail mail if you really want to.
I don't encourage that.
I
don't think anyone does.
I'm just going to put a Post-it on your front door. Get back to me.
Yeah. Send them a fax.
So we're available, and we'll be at the site setting up all day on Friday too.
Okay.
If people want to come and see that process,
or if you want to come help set up,
or
that's also encouraged.
There you
that'd be awesome. Yeah, we'll be around.
Never against a little walk-up volunteer help, eh? Yeah. All right, perfect. Far North Photo Festival going on September 11th to 21st. Again, check out farnorthphotofest.com. Pat, Angela, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
AJ and Ollie have gone on to take on other business, non-work business during the workday. Not sure how I feel about that, but nevertheless, I don't have a say in it.
During the morning show, too.
Right, of all times.
Of all times. So leave me here to talk about movies, apparently, which we all know I can't do very well.
Do you think they set this up? That they knew this break was coming? Do you think they were like, let's just
Sarah's
just
seen
hang
no
Sarah out
movies.
to dry. Yeah.
Parent looks like it. Yeah. Never forgive them.
Big thanks once again to Pat and Angela for joining us just moments ago for the Far North Photo Festival happening September 11th to 21st. You can check out farnorthphotofest.com for registration online. Workshops going on, full schedule there. Again, farnorthphotofest.com. We are talking moving pictures now because, of course, September 18th and October 2nd, we are doing 2 nights of drive-in movies, and it is quickly coming down to the deadline for voting, which you can do right now on the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page, or you can go to the Cabin Radio Facebook page. We've got it shared on there, but the actual voting happens on the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page. So go there, check out the list of movies we got. The deadline is September 14th to get your picks in. You want to pick 2 quote-unquote main feature movies. We were calling them adult movies, but that just sounded weird and incorrect. And pick 1 from the kids list of movies because, of course, October 2nd is a double feature. We will have a kids movie followed by a quote-unquote main feature movie.
And what are the choices again? What can we vote on?
So just rattle them off right now. Your choices for the main feature are Back to the Future, obviously the first one, Pirates of the Caribbean, obviously the first one as well, The Mighty Ducks, Hook, Groundhog Day. I should have specified the Mighty Ducks, but that's even more obvious than the other 2. Hook, Groundhog Day, Jaws, obviously the first one, Armageddon, and Men in Black, obviously the first one. And the kids' movies, Angels in the Outfield, The Land Before Time, obviously the 14th one, The Incredibles, Toy Story, Up, and Ratatouille. Toy Story, I could have left that open to interpretation because they're all good.
They are.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you ever see the 4th one?
I think so. Wasn't it kind of scary?
It
Was there
no.
like some sort of toy incinerator or something?
That was the 3rd one.
Maybe I haven't seen. Oh, the 4th one is.
The 4th one's with the weird like fork thing.
I'm gonna have to watch them all again. It's
Yeah.
been a long time.
I wasn't actually that big a fan of the 4th one. I just felt like it kind of meandered. Anyway, we're not in here this break
It's not
to
the
talk
4th
about.
one. It's the first, second, or third one.
It's the and it's going to be the first one because I mean it's the one that started it all. So if you haven't seen any of the Toy Story movies, now's your chance. Get in and vote at the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page. I have done a rough tally of where we are so far with 5 days left to go of voting time. And I've got, you know what? I'm not sure if I'm surprised or not as to which one is in the lead. I think it's a great choice. But first, Sarah, I want to know, what movies would you select if you had a voice in this poll?
For the what are we not? I'm not calling it adult movies. What are we calling it?
The main features.
The main features.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Back to the Future, Pirates of the Caribbean, Mighty Ducks, Hook, Groundhog Day, Jaws, Armageddon, or Men in Black.
I'm very bad at making decisions, first of all. But I think I would go with Back to the Future would be good.
Back to the Future. Okay.
I haven't seen Pirates of the Caribbean in a long time or Men in Black in a long time.
Oh,
Those seem like
such good movies.
I would vote for those. And I've never seen Jaws, but it seems like something that you would watch at a drive-in theater. So I'd almost be tempted to vote for that. Also, just because I haven't seen it, and I should watch it at some point. So it seems like a good opportunity.
I'm now intrigued by what jobs would be. Like a shark going around trying to find employment. He's just, no one wants to take him on because he's too scary looking. You can't have a customer service shark. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, fair enough. This is a good opportunity to see a few of these movies. Have you seen the Back to the Future movies?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Maybe even more than once, which is quite surprising.
Oh, wow.
To me.
Wow, okay. So you've seen that. You've seen Pirates of the Caribbean. I assume you've seen the Mighty Ducks.
No.
No.
I don't
okay.
even know. Is that like a cartoon? Or are they like real ducks?
It's a Disney movie, but it's not a cartoon. There was a Mighty Ducks cartoon, but it was not really based on the movies.
I don't know
Okay.
if I've seen Hook.
Yeah, you haven't seen Hook? Oh, that's
I
a good
should
one.
have.
Yeah.
I probably watched it a long time ago and forgotten about it.
Probably, yeah. You probably watched it as a kid at some point before you were like really, taking things in. Groundhog Day?
I think I'm not sure I finished it. I know I've started it.
You just got tired of seeing the same scenes over and over again.
I don't remember how it ends.
You know what?
I'm very bad at this whole movie.
Off the top of my
movie
head,
thing.
I love the movie, and I honestly don't remember how. I think he just becomes a good person. Something like that.
Exciting.
Jaws, you've never seen. You just mentioned Armageddon.
I don't think so.
Don't think
How
so.
does that one end? Maybe then
They
I'll jog
save
my
the
memory.
world. Yeah, Bruce Willis saves the world. Pretty much how every Bruce Willis movie ends. Bruce Willis saves the world.
And how every like world-ending movie ends.
Yeah.
Um,
Although he, that's, you know what? Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Armageddon since, it's been out since, 1995, 1996? No, I'm going to leave it. I don't want to end the spoiler there. But Bruce Willis does save the world. That's the ending in
Not
a
sure I've seen
nutshell.
it.
And Men in Black, you said you have seen?
I have seen that.
Okay.
For sure.
I don't remember how that ends, other than, again, the world being
Probably
saved.
world gets saved, yeah.
Will Smith saves the world. Yeah, fair enough. Pretty simple. We like to keep it simple here for drive-in movies because, this is not the time to be watching movies that make you think. We're not about to, start delving into, I don't even know. What's a thinker out there? That new Christopher Nolan movie that I can't even think of the name of, ironically.
So what do people want to see so far?
Tenet, that's the one. So what? Go through the kids' movies first, because I just want to get a
okay.
sense of where
Probably
you're
Toy
at.
Story.
So you would vote for Toy Story?
I also just don't remember any of the other ones on the list. The Incredibles? Is that on there? I've
The
seen
Incredibles
a
is
lot.
on there,
I
yeah.
could watch that again.
Such a good movie.
I feel like Toy Story, though, because I haven't seen that in a long time.
Did you ever see the second Incredibles?
Yes.
I loved it.
It was pretty good.
I liked it almost as much as the first one,
Mm-hmm.
which for some reason really surprised me. Angels in the Outfield. You've never seen? I assume?
Is that a baseball thing?
It is a baseball movie. Yeah.
With, like, kids? baseball?
There are a few
Are
kids.
there actually angels?
You might be thinking of The Sandlot, and there are actually angels.
No, I haven't seen that. I think I've seen The Sandlot. though.
Christopher Lloyd plays head angel. Not God, but,
Yeah.
head.
yeah.
Yeah, the general.
I haven't seen it.
Land Before Time. That is definitely
I
a
feel like- is
classic
that
that's
sad?
before your time. It
I remember
has,
watching Land Before Time stuff as a child, I think.
Yeah, it certainly has sad moments.
Do some of the dinosaur parents die?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to
Again,
watch that.
spoiler alerts.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to remember. I've seen these movies. I'm just guessing, guys. I don't actually know. Don't believe anything I say.
Fair enough. Okay, so The Incredibles you've seen, Toy Story you've seen. Have you seen Up?
I think maybe in undergrad.
Okay.
Maybe. Again, don't remember how it ends.
Up is the one movie
I know it's
on
sad.
this entire list that I've never seen, and yeah, that's the only thing I know about it.
I
is
think
that
I remember crying.
I think you're supposed to. I think you're a monster if you don't cry. I think it's actually a test for humanity.
So why do we pick so many sad children's movies?
It's a good question.
I would like to watch Toy Story
Okay,
or Incredibles. Those aren't super sad.
so those would be your votes. Okay.
Yes. I realize I'm supposed to pick one. I have not done that.
And then the last kids movie is Ratatouille.
I recently
Fabulous
watched
movie.
that, but I don't know.
Didn't like it.
It was okay. I wouldn't like watch
Oh.
it again.
Okay. I don't remember
Controversial
much of it.
opinion, I think, but
Probably, yeah. People love that movie. I haven't watched it in a long time. I actually don't remember that much of it, but I do remember really liking it. That was all I took away from it. It was really enjoyable. So I'm going to give you a running tally where we stand right now. And this may or may not surprise you, but it may also invigorate you to go and lend your voice, make your selection if you haven't done so already. An overwhelming leader in the main feature, Back to the Future.
oh,
Yeah.
I am picking the same movies other people are picking. That makes me feel like I kind of know what I'm talking about.
You know what? And that was a late game edition. We had our list of movies, which for some reason included Vertical Limit. I don't know if you've ever even heard of that
I
movie.
have not.
And Jack, Ollie's storming in here. What's going on, Ollie?
Is Jack
Breaking
the
news?
one with the snowman that comes alive?
No.
Oh.
I think you're thinking of Jack Frost.
Oh, I was close.
Very close. Yeah.
I was driving back in the truck with AJ just now,
Yes.
and I just feel like not enough attention was paid to the part where Sarah asks if the ducks in Mighty Ducks are real ducks.
Well, I
that
meant
did
like,
escape me,
I meant
yeah.
like either like a cartoon or like an animated duck, not like a duck.
Right. And there was a cartoon, The Mighty Ducks.
Okay, yeah.
So she was. Yeah,
but
that's
we weren't,
kind
you
of where
weren't-
I
you
took
didn't
that.
mean like ducks.
Not like live action ducks,
Well, they do
but
quack.
like animated ducks. You know, like
They
a
quack.
Frozen type style
Quack.
duck, or like a
Quack.
I don't know. Or is it like people dressed as ducks, or like where do the ducks come in?
That's all I wanted to do. I'm going to leave that with you. Like, carry
Yeah,
on.
we don't need to continue
I'm
down
gonna-
that path.
I'm gonna Google it.
To be frank, the Mighty Ducks
Mighty
it's not going to
Ducks.
win anyway. It's a moot point. It's not in last
Oh, there's
currently.
people in Mighty Ducks.
There are people in Mighty Ducks. Yes. One of them is Emilio Estevez, who you may or may not recognize. I don't know. He was a big deal in the mid '90s.
Is it about a hockey team?
It is about a hockey team. Yes.
Oh, like, is there like an actual hockey team called the Mighty Ducks?
There was. Now they're just called the Ducks because they wanted to be taken seriously.
Oh, because okay. Ollie just stuck his head in to nod, like he knows things about hockey.
Oh, he's got a
Anyway.
favorite team. So, I mean, that's something.
Oh, he's coming back.
Oh, man, this is a third re-entry. Wow.
I mean,
Okay,
look,
what's going on?
I don't know that much about hockey, but I know enough to know that the Mighty Ducks were not ducks.
Well, they were.
The Mighty Ducks.
They were the Mighty
There's a
Ducks.
movie. So was there like some
Wait,
brand
are you
confusion
talking-
there, and that's why
like-
the hockey team had to rebrand because the movie just like overtook their popularity?
Well, they were owned by Disney.
The hockey team was owned by Disney.
The NHL team was inspired by the movie.
90s at 9 will be late this morning because we're going to go into about 20 minutes of the history of Anaheim as a franchise.
Yeah, the NHL team was inspired by the movie, which is just ludicrous to even leave your lips as a hockey fan. They were inspired by the movie. They went as the Anaheim Mighty Ducks for, God, at least a decade plus. And then somewhere in like 2006, 2007, they changed their name to the Anaheim Ducks and then immediately won a Stanley Cup. So I don't know, maybe there was something behind that. Anyway,
Okay, back to the future.
back down to the meat and
one
potatoes.
of the top choices.
Yeah.
What's the next top choice on that list?
Back to the Future in the lead currently with 21 votes. And then in second place by one. Wait, no, I miscounted there. In second place,
Oh, this has got the US
We're
election's
getting there
going to be like.
we need a recount. We might actually need a recount. In second place is one that just fell short at our previous drive-in movie night. Hook
Ah.
is currently in second place with 16 votes.
I'm
I
not sure
thought
about
for a second off the top of my head that Men in Black was in second, but no. Men in Black is in third place currently with 13 votes.
Okay.
So pretty close for that second main feature. But right now, Back to the Future is currently running away with it. As for the kids' movies, where we sit right now, what would be your guess, Ollie? Out of Angels in the Outfield, Land Before Time, The Incredibles, Toy Story, Up, and Ratatouille, what do you think is in the lead?
Well,
for
you
the
know
kids'
what? If it
movies?
was me personally, like Toy Story Up, Ratatouille, I'd watch any of those. I don't know that Ratatouille is necessarily speaking to a Yellowknife audience.
Right.
I feel like Up, people have maybe forgotten just that. Also, the opening 10 minutes of Up, like, only watch the opening 10 minutes of Up if you are in a reasonably good mood to start with. Because if you've got any insecurities at all in life,
Right.
the opening 10 minutes of Up will destroy you. I don't know that I could handle that right now on a big screen. I'm going to go Toy Story.
Toy Story. Okay, Sarah?
I would guess Toy Story too.
Toy Story. You are both wrong.
Huh.
The Incredibles.
Oh,
currently
okay.
with a narrow lead over Toy Story, which is in second place. The Incredibles currently sitting at 14 votes. Toy Story sitting at 11.
Interesting. I didn't think The Incredibles had enough like nostalgic value yet to really scream drive-in movie.
It's a great movie.
It is a great movie.
Yeah,
It
it's
feels a little too new still for drive-in movie, but
well, I mean, it
probably
came
10
out
years old by now.
probably like in
I don't wanna know.
2007, something like that. So like it's got some legs, but it has a sequel. You know that I think did reasonably well in the theaters. A lot of people have seen. Like I said, it was a great sequel, so it didn't tarnish the original or anything like that.
Hey, just looking over your shoulder here at the tally for the kids
Uh-oh,
movie.
did
Well,
I
the
miscount?
Ratatouille one. Ratatouille's doing pretty well.
Ratatouille's doing
like,
all right.
up in a joint third place.
Yeah.
If you love Ratatouille, it's not too late to lob a few more votes in that direction. That movie is one of my favorite movies of all time, Ratatouille. It's such a gorgeously told tale.
It's a great movie, yeah. Like I was saying to Sarah, I don't really remember any of it. I just remember coming away and being like, man, that was a really fun, just great movie.
Yeah.
Sad to say that, I mean, it's not too late for any of these movies. You still got 5 more days to cast your vote if there is something in these that's lagging behind that you really want to get on that big screen. But sad to say that one of the contenders in our original drive-in movie night still getting no love. Groundhog Day, sitting at 2 votes.
I think we've all had enough Groundhog Days this year to not want to live through someone else's.
Yeah, that might be good night for Groundhog Day. Anyway, check out the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page. Like we said, still time to make a difference. Go vote. Your vote counts.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.